the Solar Crest and the little Shredder.
10 seconds.
Yeah, totally agree. It's the difference in drafting style, right? Puppy famously will give you what you want and have an answer to it. And in this case, I'm sure that they were very prepared with this opening.
I like this actually from Tundra because it's like the idea of we just talk about movement, and now like heroes that counter Centaur, heroes that can prevent that movement, be it hard lockdown, be it Mars Arena, and then Bloodseeker of course with Rupture. So if Secret wants to kind of put this kind of 4 protect 1 style maybe into play, then that 1 will just get ruptured and the Stampede is kind of fully mitigated. This is where Secret needs to pivot on having a dual core setup to kind of win conditions to some degree, so that this rupture isn't just, you know, maximum value. Like we saw in that previous game, it was Luna v the world. Black Hole Luna, win the game.
See, I don't think that they're gonna give them. I suppose Enigma wouldn't be too devastating to deal with what Secret have so far. I think that hero is certainly underrated. You know, consider Beastmaster after the removal of Necrobook has a whole other way to play now that makes him super viable. I think that Enigma is the same, where yeah, you can't go for that really early Necro 3 pressure, but you're still a game winner with Blink BKB.
Yeah, for Tundra's this draft, it feels a lot more fight centric. I think, yeah, they're looking to be just brawlers and really collapse map and Secret. They can sometimes fall victim with some of their drafts where they don't have enough proactive heroes and they look for, you know, playing underneath their objectives, playing defensive and waiting for their opponents to make mistakes. And I think Tundra in game 2, their performance, as soon as that laning phase collapsed, it felt, you know, near flawless. So I think Secret needs to make sure they have some versatility to ensure they can actually, you know, actually look for take a fight is the key thing.
And they don't have the easy Spirit synergy with Grimstroke, because to pick Void Spirit into Bloodseeker is a bit tricky. I like that they banned the Enigma. Don't give them another easy win condition. Secret, they team fight probably better than anybody else in Dota. I think between them, Enigma and OG, you're going to have a bit of discussion. Especially because some people say, well, Europe didn't do well for them, so how good are they internationally? Yada, yada, yada. The point is they team fight great, and Enigma and other heroes that provide a ton of AoE control are notoriously difficult to outplay.
Why didn't they do so well at the major?
They finished 4th, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They actually did.
We had one
okay.
team that did well.
Yeah, one team. Woohoo!
Radiant's turn to
Also
ban.
came top of the bottoms in 2 other brackets. That's pretty cool.
We are not talking about that.
That was Batman.
All right, so we got Lifestealer banned out as well. Of course, we have left for Matu that he's actually been shining on lately. PA, of course, did great in game 1.
Not bad.
10 seconds remain.
I wouldn't mind seeing a Lone Druid. It got banned out in the previous game, seeing what's on
5
the lines.
seconds
Yeah.
remain.
I'm just a huge fan of the hero. I think it's just not felt as like an S tier carry on this patch. Might not even be A class. It's really a B. If Liquid isn't picking it, then you know it's a must
You would only pick it if you are overall last pick, right? I would imagine. Or even then.
Drafting is like you just need to see
Dyer's
certain elements of the jump to pick that hero. Like you see 3 or 4 heroes, bang, you pick, you know, X, and then you feel good.
Okay, so we see the Nyx and the Grimstroke supports. Centaur offlane.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot
So
of,
what can you pick as your Tundra? You can pick your safe lane already, or is that
it's
Bloodseeker?
tough actually
10
because Necrobook
seconds remain.
removed. That was one way to counter the Nyx. Jug and Lifestealer love playing against
5
Nyx. The built-in BKB
seconds
mechanics
remain.
both are banned by Tundra. So this is a great Nyx game already.
Right, sure. You've now got the ability to stop both Snapfire and Bloodseeker. Their primary way of entering a fight is this AoE damage. That's now mitigated because of Nyx's presence alone. It kind of soft covers any big core to be protected. But yeah, I think still looking at Team Secret, it's their early damage. You're going to have this Nyx Centaur lane, which is going to be, you know, double stun and just farm, because Centaur will go Vanguard, you can't really bully him out. And then you've got this kind of Grim lane, that needs that accelerant to be with it, that kind of fight. This is a lot of damage.
Yeah, it was the hero of the match that we saw last Wednesday when we saw Team Liquid versus Team Enigma, I believe. This hero pops up time and time again. I think Insania played it 3 games in a row. And it owned every time. We got to spend for it,
It's a very nice game just because you see the Centaur already. This hero will buy a Vanguard. Conceptually, if you can Fatal Bond Centaur +2, you're going to deal incredible amounts of damage.
Those two are going to be very sad.
Yes,
The
yes.
question here for Seeker is like they
10
pick the Sven
seconds.
quite instantly. Now they have a kill threat with the Grimstroke, but also it applies some pressure where if Tundra, let's say, wants to go for Spectre for the Warlock lane, they're now going to be in that greed department where they need to win or survive through the Sven timing so that Spectre can come online.
Yeah, it's, again, with Lifestealer banned out, it just looks like a better Sven game. I think that ban from Tundra may have been... Well, I guess you have Bloodseekers, they want to protect it, but...
I mean, you can never predict that Sven's coming into play, right?
Sure,
You're
sure.
banning for your first two heroes. There's no way that these three bans are kind of going...
Well, it's, I guess, just that banning carries against Matu when... I would argue Matu is a significantly larger hero pool than
Phantom Assassin.
So you ban out heroes that... Yep, they both play, but I think you have better replacements on the side of Secret. PA is one of the better heroes against Sven. He hits really hard. You have built-in evasion. Sven typically does it by MKB to what, like 4th item?
And then
10
obviously Raid
seconds
isn't
remain.
Truth anymore, so you can't feel too good with that. But yeah, I think Tundra's at
5
least identified
seconds
kind
remain.
of the holes in Secret's draft, that inability to pressure towers early on. It allows for a weaker support to come in that can have more team fight, and then obviously carry being PA. Yeah.
Radiant's
And
turn
the big
to
benefit
bat.
of Warlock and why Liquid were such fans of it is that you have this 1 and 3 now that are single target, but because of Fatal Bonds, your team fight damage has some support. The
I
mid
don't want to be
still has
grim.
do
If I'm getting fatal bonds to like some Centaur or Sven in this
Yeah.
game, I'm like,
Exactly.
okay, thanks, sorry.
10 seconds.
If we look at the team fight potential from both teams here, isn't Tundra going to win every
5
fight?
Well, the
seconds.
Secret's really
Dire's
on Centaur
turn
right now
to
to be
bat.
like the pipe link Alex kind of guy, where like, if the fight's bad, we can get outie, reset, and go back in. And that's where Tundra has to be so critical because they don't have cheap stun right now. They've got Cookie,
Yeah.
they've got Golem, and that's it.
Well,
They're relying heavily on just positional fights where they control the area, throw everything down,
10
get 2 kills, numbers
seconds.
advantage, then they chase. Look.
And are they expecting Snap to be mid here? Looks like it.
5
Thinking about it, I
seconds
think the
remain.
Wyvern is just a must ban in a way because you have a Sven. So the God Strength BKB is your big window to kill things in
Yeah, one
fights.
cold embrace, you know.
Yeah, so your first target's just untargetable, and then the second
is
target
Radiant's
is the
turn.
risk of just being ulted, and
Yeah, Winter's Curse, yeah.
yeah.
Secret's got one more ban left. Mid snap fire. Oof, haven't seen that in some time.
Yeah, they could flex it about.
Yeah.
For Secret, I think it's a relatively
10
easy
seconds
just
remain.
I love Spirit Hero.
I'd also
Void
love
Spirit.
like Conquer. Just fully mitigate that
5
damage with a big old
seconds.
troop and just get the fight going back your way.
Phoenicia special. Very good against the Fatal Bonds. That's a really odd interaction because like the damage will still be shared, but it'll be halved. So you limit the window. Tundra's killing everybody.
It both just stun as a spell.
Yeah.
Like everyone
Dire's
just knows like
turn
it just
to
tanks.
pick.
Good line. So they are just expecting a snap mid. Just curious. It is a 9 hero. I just don't know if that's the direction they're going to go with this
Radiant's
draft.
turn
I think they
to
might
pick.
want to.
Behold the horn of Magnus.
Okay, Mag PA. That's the way to get over that Sven hurdle.
Yeah, more team fight as well. That's very spooky for Secret, I feel.
Same reason the Wyvern gets banned by Secret is they don't want something that can answer the Sven's BKB. Mag does provide that.
This is surely just Conquer pick. I just feel like this is just so nice.
10
Nice little armlet to
seconds.
deal with the early PA damage, get some armor in you.
I think DK might be stronger,
5
but I can see it.
seconds.
It's any lad that goes mid and is a tanky lad. That's
Yep.
what I want to see from Secret.
With a stun, preferably. And a little bit of tower damage would be nice.
You're asking for a lot there, Carl. Can you also one-shot the Ancient?
Sven's going to handle your ancient.
Nah, see? Trick question.
Easy. Well, they're taking their time. We can't really see who's talking, but there's a Nisha
Yeah.
morph.
Oh. At the start of this draft, I mentioned the idea of like a dual core. And so just go all in on it.
Isn't this fairly greedy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but look at Tundra. I mean, they have Mag PA.
Yeah, it's like greed versus greed, right? And
Okay.
when I say greed for Tundra, I mean it lightly because Mag PA isn't that greedy. It's actually one of the least greedy combos because the PA doesn't need to go battle for it, goes deso and fights. The
Yeah.
key thing here is a lack of stuns. Tundra has to decide exactly who they're killing. If they're blowing everything up on a Sven, suddenly Morphling can win the fight. And I think the key thing here is there's not a lot of tower pressure from Tundra. It unlocks the farm from
And their supports don't do things on the map. Like, it's... What's their ability to kill heroes? RP, Rupture, and run at them with support. This is a free game for Nisha. Matu will probably win his lane, and you gotta figure when we get late, it's Morphling and Sven against just a PA, albeit a
I
strong.
must say though, we saw previous games some very good team fights and coordination coming out from Tundra.
I'm thinking of the series we saw earlier today where we had Morphling kind of dual core situation.
Yes.
There just isn't enough room on the map, and that's what Tundra need to play for. They need to, you know, pressure in their lanes.
Yeah.
They need to make the map feel bad. Need to punish either Morphling or Sven. Realistically, it will be the Sven in this scenario.
You can't punish Morphling.
I don't think
I know that.
Nisha
Like
is gonna
Magnus,
teleport in on 1 HP.
Yeah, Morphling, you have to
So
accept
I don't-
will not get pressure. Maybe there's not enough
Also
jungle.
Grimstroke with the morph too, so E-Blade adaptive. It's just, this is Secret's game to lose. They have the late game, they should have better lanes, they just need to chill.
Are you just as convinced as Kyle?
I do like the greed from Secret, but maybe PA pops off. Maybe.
Okay, well let's find out
You
what's
are
gonna happen
proven.
here in this third and deciding game of the series, and we're gonna find out together with Moxie and Purge.
Prepare for battle.
Game number 3. It seems like it's the battle of the greedy drafts here, but it sounds like our panel seems to be favoring Secret pretty heavily. What do you think, Purge?
I mean, if one team has a greedy draft and has too many carries effectively, then one thing you want to do is pressure, and the best way to do that is to gank or push lanes, that kind of thing. But if you don't have very good tools to do that, if you have supports that aren't the best at ganking, then it can feel scary for sure to try to put pressure on that map. Their team fight's really strong. That's clear with Warlock and Snapfire. Look at they get fatal bonds on everybody, and you have some Mortimer's kisses flying in. Yeah, that's just gonna be a lot of damage. But yeah, if you can't pressure effectively or win the lanes, then your heroes are gonna feel bad or like the wrong heroes pretty quick.
I mean, the other issue you have to consider as well is the fact that, yes, you've
30
got
seconds
beautiful
to
team fight
battle.
coming out from the side of Tundra, but when all that stuff is on cooldown, it's going to be very easy for the side of Secret to kind of start taking these little skirmishes and evening out the board. And also, I want to point out the fact that, look at Bata's items. He's going for the bottle rush again, and it did not work out for him last time, so...
And this is different though because Warlock has heals
Right.
and damage built in. Base mana 375.
Will
That's like
emerge
Shadow
victorious.
Words without having to worry about any regens. That's what 180 HP each time, either on himself or on his allies. And usually the purpose of picking Warlock as a 5 is he mega stabilizes your carry against these offlane type heroes. Centaur is really strong in this sense. Centaur will buy a Vanguard, and then P is going to do no damage. But at least Warlock will be able to offset this a lot.
Okay, so this time around we're liking it just a little bit more just because of the fact that his skills are built into, you know, really causing this lane to succeed. They don't necessarily need those items.
The downside, though, is that he's not going to be able to use his body to zone down the Sword, because if the Sword just fights him, then he's going to have to use his mana to offset that heal for himself, rather than a Rinse who's trying to move over here just to get the first heal in, for example. As a result, he may not be able to do as much misstun there.
That's a little low.
So that means the Sword is free to basically block camps. That's why he thought of place the sentry, block the large camp, because he knows he's not going to be able to contest it. But he will be able to get a fast bottle to 9, potentially accelerate.
You have to say it's always a real pleasure to watch me playing probably one of his best heroes. Definitely interesting to see if he can pop off on this game or not. And with the Absolute being on Nick's assassin, oh, nice double impale there. Definitely providing a lot of vision and going to be able to give them a lot of vision. It's anything like the previous game that we saw him play the Knicks.
It's already getting lots of panic. He's trying to make the tower if he wants to go for it.
Blood is on the ground, and we're already looking for more.
Ooh, that's a tip for that one. It's like, nice job you gave him a model, and I just attacked through it, and...
Your essence seeps into my grave.
Here for the side of Tundra. Again, the 33 sidestepping against the Puppy. Doesn't want to allow him to get that final hit. Does have the Fairy Fire as well. So Puppy will survive here throughout the stroke of fate. Slow down 33 just a bit. But I mean, any lane where you have a Gripstroke, Inkswell, and one other stun is very scary to play.
It is. It's really, really tough, for sure. And now Nisha has his bottle in the mid lane, so I guess Magnus is up a belt of strength, but probably not for long. He's about 400 gold behind the one right now. It's, most of the bottle lost. Doesn't get his skewer into Shockwave fumble off either on these DPC. That lane's just going to probably be more Snowflake favorite from here on out because it just has more damage.
Just pulling back and forth a little bit there. Stuns a little bit scary, especially for support in that lane. Again, Fox just with no items here because he did rush that bottle, so. Oh, the courier too, Yapsor. He gets the final clicks off. Do finally get some of that region though, at least for Fata. You have to be careful though and protect this other courier, and they're just walking it right at him. Yapsor's happy to take a couple of these hits from the tower.
That was so not worth it by Fodder.
Matriarch with
He
prize.
used Shadow Word, he used a Clarity. The Clarity got crushed by Spike Carapace. Now he's, again, out of mana, which means he can't cast Heal on Skeeter anymore either. Normally, Warlock right now would have a Ring of Achilles, which is pumping out like 1.6 mana per second. And then he can use Clarities to like really fill that up more. So Skeeter's effectively fighting himself against the Centaur now. And Fodder's just going to be slow, not able to offset this. And 9 died first blood, which kind of undercuts the whole thing anyways. I just don't want to look at the top half of the game anymore. It hurts too bad, Moxie.
What do you think is the best play now here for Fata? Is he just supposed to like back off, go stack or something? I know Yapsur's going to be hunting him though.
Yeah, I mean, getting stacks off would be great for sure. He's just gonna sit. It's kind of how Sam's used to play.
Lane drops the blood red, heals up just a little bit. That final round, they go for this. And he wants this, but no, won't back off. Snake King was gonna try to stun him up with that kicky, but not go fully committed there.
Misha does have some, or sorry, Fodder has some more items. No, never mind, not his items, guys. Just got confused there. I was like, wow, I was so farmed on more of them. What happened? No, those are not his. He's got the Sage's Mask, he's got 2 Clarities, and he went back to heal, so there's the solution. Back to heal, TV back in the lane, and... But unfortunately, he's the same last season size, so this isn't exactly what he really wanted to do, but...
Feels bad when your value is you become the courier, basically, at this point, because you don't have anything else to do in that lane.
And here's the same situation we saw the other day of PA versus the Vanguard hero. They've got Over Corrosion.
Yes, they took it personally.
Still finds this kill. 33's chasing after Poppy here to be able to put a decent amount of
Waters rise.
back off and doesn't want to risk it.
Fine against Venom. He's got lots of armor. He's got lane sustain.
Fata. Fata, he just walks right in. Take a little candy kill there.
He's got the courier, but unfortunately, Warlock does not have good agility in, guys. And as a result, he
Rocking over here onto Matu. Still has Puppy nearby. Is Thirsty gonna die for this? He's going right into the new team. Has that Phantom's Embrace. So it's a nice save here for Matu. It's gonna heal right back up.
out of Puppy, so that's pretty good for the dive loss on the village.
I'll hurry my food to spike.
There's that way for him.
Briefly dips the lane.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Mighty line truly end here.
Try and work together with your team a little bit.
Water creatures flee.
There is little hope for Radiant's middle tower.
I mean, what?
Looks like it's 12 over.
A little bit too late.
Tried to TP out, but it's still follow up. doing great. Gets a chip vest as well. He's so happy right now. Oh, that's the best feeling. Basically just can't die up here anymore. We'll just both split farm. Zai will cut the creep wave and kill small camp usually, or a medium camp that he pulls it into. And Skeeter will have to last him the tower and hopefully not get it.
I mean, are we all concerned about the fact that, you know, yes, Zai can't die, but at the same time, you know, the PA was getting a lot of just easy farm?
To their top tower.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Last 6 are good. And in combination with Rupture coming up again here. You're rotating. Pretty good chance of getting this kill.
Is no more.
Something a little bit better than the absolute. Take it. Nice impale coming out, but another couple hits. And 33 will be able to collect the kill.
Huge amount of damage to the Blightstone and the Orb of Corrosion coming from different sources, and the little Shredder. I mean, they got a lot of right clickers here, and that can't cope with. As long as the game doesn't go on Centaur, this is fine, and that's what Tundra's doing really well now.
He's gonna try to contest over here against 9. Just take some of these creeps away from him. Doesn't manage to get a couple. DOTA has to be careful though, of course, taking a decent amount of damage every time he clicks them. This is just a center to do whatever he wants.
That's most games right now. Vanguard is just so good at making people super survivable.
Radiant have fortified their
Natural farm
structure.
capabilities, the skills, he just does this, he cuts a creep wave, and he, as a result, is just going to pressure towers. It's really safe for Centaurs to do this, unless you have enough magic damage. Because opponents are pretty right-click based. It's like very well.
Moving forward here from Nisha, stop coming out from the side. Gonna try to make a play here over on top. Drag him away. The RP does get used. There's a whole little skirmish going on as 33 will fall.
Middle tower is under attack.
He's him under the tower to save his life. He did have Arcane Rune at least, so it's a little bit lower cooldown, but yeah, it doesn't feel good. The pressure that Secret's putting out here with the Vanguard Centaur is just massive right now.
Zai can literally do whatever he wants on this map currently, and it's just too difficult for them without, you know, taking all of their heroes to deal with them. And of course, that's not what they want to do on the side of Tundra.
Dire's middle tower is
Like
under
the
attack.
other tool that's been pretty effective so far, Rupture doesn't work that good against Centaur. It's pure damage, but Centaur has a lot of AP. So even though his other resistances, just the amount of regen he has is just huge.
Smoke coming out now from Tundra. They're hoping to try to strike back here, knowing that that is as Matu trying to run away. They do have the cookie hop, though, so they'll be able to cancel out the teleport, and down will go the Sen.
Man, what is Secret gonna do without a hard carry? Oh wait, they have one in the mid lane. It's gonna be fine.
It's fine. They got Nisha. They got Nisha on his water boy here, and he is making his way towards that ethereal blade. Oh, yeah, sir. Cancel out the TP, and they'll get a quick pick off.
I'm doing a great job pressuring 9. Every time I look at 9, someone's there like hitting him with a nuke, lowering his HP. Well, I'll offset a lot of that, but it's slowing down his items. He's gonna have an Echo Saber about now, but like they just keep lowering his HP and making him have to do inefficient plays.
I just love like watching how Yapster keeps moving around the map, right? And generally, you know, Zai or someone, it's usually Yapster +1. He gets a lot of information by, you know, moving around, just scouting out, and then they can always follow up. It's just, oh, well played here from Secret. I like this way that they play here.
With my thanks.
By just sitting in the tri-camp, just
stop a follow-up with a nice spike characters in the middle of that left and right. The slow, the silence. Mortimer Kiss is coming in hot though, so they do have to be a little bit careful. Jump forward here, coming out from Skeeter. He wants to kill onto Yapster. Manages to get a nice impale, but it's not going to be able. Oh, and they need to go to the offering over here on Puppy. He'll hold them together. He's going to try to use that ace. Can they finish him off fast enough? Yes, they can.
Shouldn't have trusted you.
kills. Like that was just a 5-position hero for the golem.
They can translate this into a tower push though here in the mid lane at the very least. A little bit.
There's 2 towers here right now. It's Zai the Centaur and the 2-1 tower. Good luck pushing that. So, I mean, they traded Chaotic Offering for him. Great attempt on 3-3, but he's got a hood at this point. He also silences, so there's no problem by the Nyx Assassin. Really well defended by him. And then because the Carapace got used for some damage from the Blood Right, nothing to stop the kisses. They end up getting this kill. Ulti gets used to interrupt the TP there by the Grimstroke. Maybe thought they were more than just him, but either way they do get a kill out of it, so buys them some time.
Nisha's already up from Sparta. He's got a nice haste rune here. We'll add to the Eagle Song fund that he's working on. And look at this. Look, this is what I'm talking about, Purge. Look at the way that they're just hunting. They find snaking, trying to serpentine, trying to just find this opening. Nisha's here, and you can't sidestep this Morphling. Not right here, not right now.
He doesn't even skill control, he doesn't care. He just knows that he needs the basic skills to dominate this map. Not even that many amazing skills to take. I guess like Empower would be pretty good. People, let's see if your skills are... I would love to see a Morphling shooting Shredder, so that would be fun.
Not for the enemy team. But the Ethereal Blade is complete, and we do have a blink picked up now on the Magna, so perhaps they can find a better position here as Yapsor. Have smoke break, chasing after 33, the teleport out here from Skeeter. They will have to just be content here by 33, and Nisha's just unstoppable. 6-0-1 at about 14 minutes into the game. Pretty scary stuff.
Really hard for Tundra to play because what basically happens is Centaur or Nyx follows them wherever they go, and then this gives them information, and they use this information to get some
Go use the God Strike. There's a Stampede. The rest of Tundra, those Stampede comes out. Use the RP to buy them some more time, but that is not how you want to use this. As Zai running in now, they've managed to blink away here over onto 9. But Tundra, like on the back line, where they get the courier, and Yapsor just waiting patiently over here, looking for vision. Yapsor should be able to just tick down over here. Should be able to follow them. They just hit them with that soul bind as well. Just very beautifully played here. Coming out from the side of Secret. 33 wants nothing to do with this. He's gonna try to maybe cut the wave, drag it away, but Puppy is here. Gonna wind up, manages to land this Throat of Fate, slow him down a little bit, so he is dragging away the creeps. This is a very slow kind of chase, but
good thing to do. He's cutting the creep wave, and basically this one team fight that Secret has got, they're not able to profit from it because he's clearing the creep wave. Nice play. They got the damage. Bottom so much time. Offsets the whole last team fight. Just using team fight ultimates with RP. That elongates everything. So now when they want to take this tier 2 tower, they have to again commit like 30 seconds to this. And by the time they finally fully commit to tier 2, their ultimates are going to be up. Will it matter? Probably not. They're pretty far behind right now, but it was a great play in position.
You know, you do whatever you can, even if maybe, you know, maybe it doesn't matter in the long-term thing, but, you know, at the time, it's best that you can do.
Yep, it is. So, what they basically solved so far with their draft on the side was they guaranteed the lane for PA. Fine. 1-0-2 on Skeeters now, which is pretty good considering how few kills they have. And he's just getting his death zone now. Secret last game hit this timing like 2 to 3 minutes earlier, but it feels like Tundra's so much on the back foot that like taking this like disadvantage carry against Centaur just hasn't given them much advantage, even if they've got their physical now. But the physical's not going to work against Morphling. He's got 30 armor, so he just gonna get stunned.
Yeah. Oh, he tried. He was a little bit off.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, they just slap him.
But Skeeter's very happy about this. Now he's in power. Now he can take an ancient staff. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I really love the way the Yapsor keeps taps, but like this was a little surprising to me. Maybe just that turn rate just a little bit too slow. I don't know.
He went for the hit slap or the hit stun on purpose. I don't know. He just probably maybe he's looking somewhere else on the map to see, and so he didn't see the T. Or when it did, so he probably thought he had a little bit.
Possible.
Going for a fight now.
There is Zai. He is a very, very tanky. You have Nisha nearby as well. Smoke does indeed pop here. Nisha. Zai getting into position. They drop the cannon offering, and they also use the rupture over here on the centaur. And it doesn't seem to matter. They get reset though over here. Oh, the hammer coming through. Coming out from Matu. That's a good impale. It's not should be the next one to fall. And that's a double kill now for Matu.
Nice positioning that was really sick. They already took the outpost, so he could clear the outpost. That way, if he broke a smoke, it would give him vision. So they didn't think about it. 3 smoke breaks, and all of a sudden, how initiated but a calling blade party in that.
Yeah, right? Everybody drop your calling blade. That's a that there's a center where you see Zai, but you don't expect that the rest of the team is sitting just a little bit further behind him. I don't know.
Area that's dangerous, they didn't have vision, and Team Secret punished them. So they advantage Rocket's used in the RP, but frankly, RP doesn't even feel very good to me.
Capsor, the follow-up here from Matilda Man will be able to land the stun. Doesn't have that God Strength left anymore as 9 waits over in the tree line patiently. I don't think they're going to try to make a play here as Nisha also pinching on the back lines. Yeah, there's a sound coming out from Zai. Should be able to clean up staking at the very least. Getting away from more of those here. Going to teleport out. Zai, elevated to blow on Fata, and that's going to translate into a tower push here as 9 continues to just dodge.
Bottom tower is no more.
I mean, Skeeter's still not dying, but they're also not winning fights. This is just going to get worse and worse as time goes on. They still don't have a Morphling solution. That pick there for Secret was so good, especially after he got first blood in the mid lane. So, game is looking tough. They just don't have that much magic burst.
That and just the fact that the PA, until she gets that BKB, is so susceptible to everything that they've got coming out from the side of Secret.
Only easy kills Grimstroke. The Grimstroke already has a ghost up there. So, in the window here.
You get the Echo Saber picked up for 9 though now, so is progressing, but still having a lot of difficulties here, finding the opening and finding enough damage to get these kills. Feels like a lot of the time too, Secret is the one who's bringing the fight to them.
Tundra's trying, certainly. They went for a couple smokes there, but vision is really difficult. We've got one ward on Tundra's side. The Secret side, their vision, it's amazing across the middle of the river. Like, they're going to see what their opponents are doing if they try to split push anything, which is a great idea. If you see your opponents getting ready to split push, you go in, push your lanes back out, and that keeps the map restricted. So they're going to see where their opponents are, and now they're going to smoke and head towards them. They can get a grab. Otto looking a little dead right now, but we'll see how things change in 10 seconds.
Teleport in. This is a big one if they connect with that. Will be a stampede. They'll fight Fata. They're just going to get rid of him. They don't want that big ulti coming out. So down he goes. Nice still hiding in the tree line. They don't quite see him.
Invisible. There's no way they can see his giant rhino butt through those trees.
He's pulling a Drax the Destroyer there, you know? He's just so still.
Catch anybody that lingers. Like if Secret spreads out, he can maybe get a kill in the back line, but Secret's still playing his five.
They managed to catch the wave there, but doesn't seem to matter. They've got the Cardi in the top, and they've got a creep wave coming in the middle. Nice, so taken. The towers hitting them. Nisha dodging over there with the Manta as well. Just gonna chip away over at this building.
This should make my life easier.
Clear the wave, and Skeeter is getting some farm done. He's got power with his Desto, of course, but oh man, the pressure has just been so strong. Feels like there's nowhere on the map that they can play it. Outside of doing like smoke games and looking for kills, again, they don't have the best heroes for that.
Yeah.
They have all this like AoE stuff. So much single target.
They drafted themselves a little bit into the corner on the side of Tundra here. And, you know, hats off to Skeeter. He's just trying to move as much as he can, trying to find this farm, but Secret has really just taken over the entire map.
He would love to have a couple extra levels too. He could have his blur on the lower cooldown,
Maybe
more
you could
evasion,
first
stuff like that.
Puppy? Do we go for Puppy here?
We're about to go 7. There's low chance.
Fata.
In like 2 seconds. And Puppy's not watching.
Tower is under attack.
For now, he's just waiting.
Though they used to stampede, he's like, Mati would really like to get the jump over here on Snake and walks right into the Axe. And Poppy manages to get the final hit off using the Stroke of Fate.
Once they get BKB and PA, that's when they're gonna be a little bit more focused on taking a fight if possible.
It's still so scary though. Even if you have a BKB, all right, so you're not locked down as hard, but I still feel like you're not going to want to fight all of them.
Yes. Most likely, assuming a normal fight, is that the net worth that Secret has will be more than enough to defend things. But They'll maybe lose their supports, but they'll kill them a lot.
Alright, they're gonna try to make a smoke play. Hiding over in the tree line. They have the chaotic offering. They also have the RP. A lot of things have to work just perfectly, though.
I mean, RP with Blood Right could be amazing. Snapfire, like they do have pretty good AoE plus Fatal Bonds. Like if you get some amazing combo, they can definitely kill the enemy lineup. Actually, catch Morphling before he morphs. If they don't cast Stampede to get out of the Blood Right, for example, they've got some options.
I'm just concerned that it's too much wombo combo because, all right, yeah, you take a team fight, you win it, right? You use everything that you've got on your lineup, but then they can just go right back in again over here on the side of Secret. They've got more of a skirmishy lineup. They don't have to rely on such high cooldowns.
Probably yes, but it's still a little scary because you're still going high ground, and that's a little worrisome. You get Aegis or something like that, then yeah. Certainly, like it could be scary. But basically, what Tundra wants to do is they want to be able to take a big team fight win with some of their strong combos, and this is part of the reason Secret hasn't touched high ground yet, because they know they're super far ahead. And if they just get a pick off first, or if they get Aegis first, it becomes much easier to close out a Rex. But if Tundra can like win a big fight and then turtle again, and then win like another big fight, then they can certainly get back in this game.
Nisha just blows them up.
Yep.
Yeah, sir.
Downside to the
all four of them grouped together here. It's a lot of space on the map here for Matu.
Not much magic resistance, so he dies real easy to that E-Blade combo, and that's the 4th position hero.
And that is one of the tankier 4 positions too. You know, we were talking about that earlier today about how the 4s. All right, maybe they can make something happen here. They have this whole caravan. They do manage to get the slow off over on the backside. They get the stop. Zai going very forward here. Nisha trying to find his own. It's away from away though. He's gonna be a little bit careful. Turn himself into his own version. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Rupture used, Golem used, not the worst. Stampede got used, but it's not cooldown. It's not full committal. They still have RP to protect against EKBs and stuff like that.
True, and they also have the Snapfire consistency. They can still, you know, provide a fight if it is brought to them, but definitely feels like they're on the back foot here. 19k net worth the lead at 25 minutes in. Yeah, they're setting up here, looking for the Impale. Just throw down a little boop. Walk away. Mark the middle.
He's just forcing Tundra to have to stay together, you know. Like, he just did that to expense the mana, lose the clarity potion, but he forces everybody on Tundra to or TP back or spread out. Not spread out, basically. All this just gives them more net worth advantage. You have to make them think that you're ready to pressure at any moment so that they continue playing defensive. Whereas in the meantime, Sven has just been hitting creeps for legitimately like a minute and a half here. And if a fight starts, he's not going to be there. Straight up. But they also know they're not going to fight right now because they don't have Golem. And they miss Rupture, so like, Secret can do these phantoms pretty confident without having to worry about repercussions.
Both of the cores on the side of Secret now have Satanics online. Skeeter does finish up the BKB, so perhaps they can get some sort of a pick-off. Of course, Ben gets in there. You know, they've got the vision. Cut it back. Got the illusion over here.
Good, dude. They got the high ground now.
Definitely feels very tenuous though for the side of Tundra. They're hoping they can look at this battle between 33 and the illusion. My goodness.
It's mostly tanky instead of right, but still, yeah. It did not look good.
Tower is under attack.
He's still in the front. Continues 20k advantage now on Secret, but they do finally. They haven't been in Secret for 40 minutes or something.
These are items. They gotta get them. Another illusion. It takes forever for them to get rid of it. You can see again the way that Secret's just playing. Very tightly knit, keeps on forcing in the lanes, trying to make sure that they can't get out, they can't get farm.
And they're putting Yapsor between where their opponents are and where they might smoke forward so that he can break them and make any chances of getting these kills unlikely. While they continue
to stroke, so be able to push out waves very nicely, along with the Stroke of Fate.
The Shard doesn't help with creep waves much, it's more for like against heroes. So he's just basically just safely keeping the creep wave push without having to show anybody, because he can stroke them so far away.
Matu, 33, standing right immediately gets blown up. Another buyback coming out now. They're not happy about this over here on the side of Tundra. Nisha just popping that Manta. Or the illusion, rather. But do they have enough damage? Yes, they won't be able to. They finally take down Nisha's godlike spray. As a chase after 33, they want this kill. They know that he bought back. They just need a little bit more damage. And he's just getting slowed down. Turn around, they get the soul line. Double hit. He has the first hammer. He'll take down Skeeter. Now 9 trying to run out. They just have too much damage. As they'll kill 9. The tips are coming out, and they go right into that base and start wailing away here on the tower.
There's just so many things up against Tundra in this game. Like, so they have this like right-click draft, but they're playing against Senko, who's the first pick of the game. He's gonna buy Vanguard, which means that killing him in the lane stage is not gonna happen. They didn't have magic damage much. He's usually a player, and then like they also have to play against Warcry, which has 11 seconds of bonus armor, and he's got the 10 Warcry armor. So he can give his team like 5 armor. He can't do anything in this game with like it's not gonna work out. And now they've just been slowly choked out by Secret. Maybe they're hoping to get like a good team fight. Maybe they're expecting Secret to make a mistake, but they didn't. They haven't.
They've just been so surgical with the way that they've been taking these fights. It's looked very, very good. Yes, you know, they ended up having to use the RP. I believe they also ruptured Nisha and they skewered him away. But just the way that Secret is positioning looks just so good here. And Fata has to be so careful. Look at this. He knows he's coming, too. Nisha will just blow him up.
The difference between more than right click and an E-Blade right now, but they are both very strong. Another death here. 25k gold bench. Tundra's still trying. I thought they might GG after that 5-0 in the mid lane, but they're gonna give it another shot.
Now I noticed too that the Centaur actually picked up the shard, and I've heard some conflicting things on this. Do you like that? He had it in the last fight.
Because he's gonna pass it twice every time. That's the reason why. He's not just gonna so he's just so I think in this game where he's ultra farm, he's completely fine.
Okay.
He basically had I think he's got Crimson Guard on the way. Maybe he went back for Shard, but he's got an abundance of items, way more than he's supposed to. So absolutely fine in this circumstance, increases damage.
We are going to see a lot of Stormhammers flying around here, as the Sven did pick up the Shard as well.
That's the Dispel and Lower Cooldown. The Flame one is going to add, so.
But we're going to see a lot more with the cooldown.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Double damage here on Nisha. I don't know if you want to go anywhere near this guy right now. He looks terrifying. Has the Aegis on top of that.